Getting tough on tobacco is not new. For years, cigarette packets sold in the EU have contained health warnings in an effort to deter smokers and would-be smokers. But with 700,000 deaths a year and a $25 billion cost to healthcare due to smoking-related diseases, the Commission is proposing far-reaching changes to current legislation that would come into effect by 2014. Major changes include a ban on flavoured cigarettes and a 75% of packaging to carry a health warning. But can an all-new directive on tobacco go far enough? We asked Representative from British American Tobacco Ronan Barry and Social Democrat MEP Glenys Wilmot their opinions. Do you smoke?
I do, yeah. I have quit many times and I've restarted many times.
I don't. I did many years ago when I was younger, when everybody else did, but I didn't smoke for too long.
Will the new tobacco directive have effect?
Banning menthol or banning slim cigarettes, nobody's going to stop smoking as a result of those things. And I think it is correct to suggest that instead we should focus on the bulk of smokers that are out there, particularly those who are interested in reducing their risk and creating regulations that enable the development and the marketing of products that would enable those consumers to choose to reduce their level of risk.
Well, I think a lot of people would have liked to have seen a lot more in this directive, but the scope is that we only have the competence to deal with packaging and ingredients. That is what we're allowed to do. But, I think even having said that, we should have gone a lot further and have had standardised packaging. That would have been the first thing I would have done.
Is there too much influence of the tobacco industry on legislation?
I don't think there's anything dangerous about any relationship between any industry and government. The job of politicians is to choose between different points of view presented to them. And I think it would be very dangerous for anyone to seek to restrict the people who can present points of view to politicians. I think that would be very dangerous.
There's been a huge lobby by the tobacco industry to stop this legislation being brought forward. And, it's now got to a point where will we get this through this Parliament? It might even be delayed further, and if it is, we won't get it through this legislature at all.
Is there a failure in the new legislation to target the black market?
When you ban products for which there is established and significant consumer demand, you open up a huge opportunity for smugglers to fill the gap, which means a risk to a growing black market, which is a significant risk to government revenues.
It's an issue that the tobacco industry say to us is why we shouldn't have this legislation, because it'll make black marketing easier if we have plain packaging and things like that. So, it's about enforcement. Let's make sure that the measures that are in place are actually executed.
Does it tackle the risk of children starting smoking?
There is nothing about our marketing that is aimed at encouraging children to smoke. I don't think there's anything in the directive that is going to make smoking less attractive to young people than it is today, because young people don't smoke because of what the pack looks like or what the shape of the cigarette is. They smoke for a variety of reasons which have been well studied and articulated in volumes of evidence. But it doesn't include those things. Young people simply don't smoke because of what the pack looks like.
My biggest issue is about stopping children starting smoking in the first place. We should do whatever we can to stop children smoking in the first place. And as I said to you before, this packaging that's pink and purple and flowery, it should not be allowed, and we should have standardised packaging for all cigarettes. And cigarettes should taste like what they are. They are tobacco, so why are we still allowing flavourings that allow tobacco to be more palatable?